All right, guys, as you know, it's that time. It's Tuesday. We're going a little early tonight out of respect for, I know I'm going to point the wrong way. Oh, wait, I got it
Oh,
right
you
this
did it
time.
right.
I did it right. Yes. Already scored. Out of respect for this incredible guy over here, we're going to get the usual out of the way. Joshua Ricks, claim first. Ryan, how you doing? I know we're going to have some people join in a bit, but guys, it's September. And if you've been paying attention to Instagram, you've seen me every day so far popping on and saying these words. Your life matters, because it does. Everything about you matters. You bring this spark of insanity to this world that nobody else can. So please, if you're thinking of doing any self-harm, reach out, talk to people, communicate to whoever. If you're a veteran, look down below. You're going to see this great little organization on the ticker going by. Get a hold of them. Everything about you matters. Please stay here in the fight with us. Now that I've got that out of the way, guys, we have a treat tonight. I'll be honest, I have been wanting this man on for a while. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hey, Johnny Grooms and Strickland. He's going to be T-Bearded Strickland. How are you? I have been wanting this man on my channel for a very long time. Hey, Jersey Ron. If you guys don't know who he is, you really haven't been paying attention out there. Now, I'm going to pick on him for just a moment. He's very low-key, very kind of sneaks under the radar, but man, he is widely beloved by everybody. I don't think I've ever met one person who said anything negative about you, Bryan, ever.
Well, thank you. That means I'm doing a good job then, right?
Right? Or they're just hiding it, or they're hiding it very well.
No, this is me. This is my personality. This is who I am for sure.
Now, let's pretend for a moment nobody knows who you are. And hey, man, introduce yourself to the world.
Hey, guys, my name is Bryan Haywood, and I am a teacher. I teach high school math. Been doing that for 23 years. I've been married for 23 years. So that's a feat in of itself. But about 3 years ago now, I started growing my beard in No Shave November. And just like everything else, as I do something new and dive deep into that hobby, it ends up turning into content, just like music and everything else I do. I think of why they work and those kind of things. And I ended up making a YouTube channel. It's called Beards and Banjos. I've done a lot of different things on there. I do product reviews, but I also don't do that only. My goal was to kind of make it half and half product reviews and half other things. So we've done some special series like beard advice series. Guys would send me pictures. I would feature them in a video and kind of give them different style advice. I do lots of more beard trims, but styling of your beard. I kind of focus on that more than some other guys in the community. But that's kind of a little bit about me and who I am. And I appreciate Chris asking me to be on here. It's the first kind of interview style live stream I've been on. And I'm a big introvert at heart, so we'll see how this goes. I told Chris I don't know if I can keep it going for an hour. I might be sweating by the end.
Oh, we'll get him through this, guys. We'll get him through. Now, he's going to get all modest here for a moment, okay? I watched one of his Instagram live feeds with Beard Times with Scott. Now, we all know who Scott is, all right? Big, outspoken, big beard, huge guy. Bryan just walked him through a beard trim, and he's like, yeah, a little bit there, a little bit there. You're good. That had to be hard doing it live, just, different states, different area.
He did a really good job with it. He followed my directions. There was a couple of times he went a little bit too far, too fast. I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. Let's reassess this. But it turned out really good. I was really pleased with that. Everybody else seemed to dig that style. I enjoy helping, and that's my biggest goal in the community and just in life, but to be a helpful person wherever I can. So for the bearded communities, I like helping the owners, especially the smaller batch companies, and then also helping the guys in the community, whether it's helping them trim their beards or giving them whatever kind of advice I can give them.
Yeah, I also watched you do your magic with Mo the Bearded Shark, and that was so interesting when you had that Reddit user just pop in and then Mo just the views from like 14, 15, 8,000. It's like, Bryan, what did you do?
One of my former students sent me an email that said, "Oh my God, you're famous." And he's just like, "I saw you on Reddit. Whoever this person was, I was just scrolling through and stopped at your channel, at Mo's channel, and started telling everybody to turn over there." And it was crazy.
I remember watching that, and both of you were just like, what? What? It was like the beard trim got awkward there for a moment, and you're like, okay, well, let's power through. And you're like, we're we're at 8,000, Mo. And he's like, get out of here, you know?
Yeah, that was fun. We went viral there for just a minute.
Right? For a beard trim, you went viral. I was like, wow. It's the magic of Bryan. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of magic, or I'd have more subscribers than I do.
Yeah, but that's on this channel, and you've been growing a lot. And guys, I really have been, like, I used to do it every single Friday and go, hey, go check out these channels. Go check out these channels. I featured him a lot because he does great work. His review style may be a little different than everybody else because he's not like, hey, guys, how you doing? You know, we got this great product for you here today. He's like, got some beard oil here for you. You know, it's kind of fun. It's kind of good. We're going to tell you all about it. It's just how you just draw me in with all of your reviews. You know, it's like, all right, I don't care about this company, but I want to watch for Bryan. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm still watching. You know, like you've just got me because it's like, I want more. Give me more.
I try to do different because I know my personality is what it is, but I try to come up with something different to highlight about the companies. And now that I've been around long enough that I usually get a lot of different products from the company, so I can kind of give a company overview and spotlight.
Yeah.
And I know how to edit enough to be able to show their websites on my videos and to kind of give a description. And whatever jumps out to me, I don't have a certain regimen that I do this and I do this and I do this in my videos. It's whatever jumps out to me for a company is what I try to highlight. For some companies, it's the scents. For some companies, it might be presentation and website and how they kind of got everything together out of the gate. It just kind of depends on what hits me. So I don't have, and you think me being a math person, I would be real regimented and do the exact same thing every time, but that's just not what I do.
See, you already jumped ahead. You answered one of my questions because I was going to ask you in a bit about like your review process. So that's great that you got that one out there. And hey, Prack, believe it or not, we were talking about you in the green room.
All good stuff, Andy. All good stuff.
Shh, shh, shh. Don't pump his head up anymore. Tyson, thank you, brother. Hashtag you matter. Dang straight.
I see a lot of good folks in the chat. Thank you guys for jumping in here.
Yeah, so let's get to the really, really obvious one. What got you started doing beard reviews? Because I know you've got that great music channel out there. I'll tell you, I went and checked it out. I'm jealous of the views you're getting and everything else. Told you got talent, but what made you start the beard channel?
It's the teacher in me, and the same thing because I haven't been playing the banjo that long. It's about 10 years, but I did the same thing when I started playing the banjos. I kind of immersed myself in it, and you know, I'm a little bit obsessive. I try to use that for good and not evil. When I find a new hobby, I kind of immerse myself in it, and what ends up happening for me is, okay, how do I learn to play this banjo? What should I play here, and why should I play it, and what sounds good? And that ended up, the teacher in me turned it into content and ended up making banjo tutorials. Well, the same kind of thing happened when I got into the beard community. I was watching all the Beard Brand stuff, all the Beard Brand videos and the beard trims and the advice that they were giving back at the time. And I started watching, they used to have a weekly live stream, and they would do the beard advice thing. And like by the time I'd watched it for a couple months, when somebody's picture would pop up, I would know exactly what they were going to say. So it just kind of turned into me. And especially when I started trimming my beard myself, I really enjoyed the process and about how it worked and why it worked. And it turned into content.
See, I love how you put that. You're like, I try to use it for good, not evil. I will say this for the record, guys, and you know, internet is forever, okay? Even if I delete this video, someone's already grabbing this shot right here. I seriously doubt you have any evil intent in your body. I think the day you do something evil is the day Johnny Grooms eats a bacon double cheeseburger live on TV, all right?
No, I understand what you mean, but and I don't really mean evil anyway, but sometimes you can get too obsessed with things. Like video games, I can't play video games. I get too obsessed with them. I can't sleep at night. I have to be careful with the YouTube, because when I started my music channel and I got monetized, you go down that rabbit hole of I need to put every video I can make and put it on there, and so I can get more money and more views and more subscribers. It's real easy to get sucked into that. So I try not to. And I have to watch myself when I start looking at my subscriber count too much.
See, we've all been there.
I know we all have. And it's hard, it's hard not to be jealous. It's hard not to compare yourself to somebody else. I mean, it's just life. It's just instincts and who we are as people, I think sometimes.
Hey, Billy Rogers, I saw it. Hey, have a great night, Shaky. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Well, look at that. Bearded Motivation be in the house, and look at that brand new avatar.
Oh, did you get that new logo?
Look at that, Dave. Now we got to talk about things and stuff and things.
Yeah, I've started doing that with my kids on my virtual classes. All right, kids, we got to do some things and stuff. I'm like, oh, Dave. Hollywood Dave. It's rubbed off on me.
Nice. And yeah, I agree about the rabbit hole thing, because I found myself in very other areas like Amazon. That's how I found LaFleur and Company. I freely admit, I got drunk one night. I was surfing for beard oil on like the 26th page. I think it was there. I went, hey, that sounds interesting. Bought it. And somehow I developed a lifelong friend out of that. But video games, yeah, I'm right there. Like, seriously, 5-10 minutes before we hit the green room, I was already swearing at a video game downstairs because I just beat this level. Crash. What? You know?
No, I gotta go. I got a live stream. I gotta go.
You can ask Beard Code. If he's still in here, he'll throw it in the chat. I was almost late to get the thing started because I was trying to beat the level, and I'm like, oh, sure, now I'm getting by this. Oh, now this is happening.
I watched that episode.
Yeah, I mean, I am right there with you. I've given up sleep for the last Assassin's Creed game. I'm like, oh, my kids are up in 20 minutes. Oh, well, I'll just keep going. Coffee's my friend today, you know?
Mm.
Now, okay, I know you mentioned you're a teacher. So what do you teach?
I teach high school math. So this semester I'm teaching AP Calculus and Honors Pre-Calculus.
Wow. So that's got to be a lot of fun. I mean, virtually.
Luckily, I do have good kids, but and also luckily we've been doing the same thing all this year, right? Since the school year started, it's not been 1 week we're going to do this and no, okay, now we're going to do this. So we have at this point gotten in the group because we started on August the 5th. So we're pretty good ways into it, and we've kind of come out with we're kind of on a good roll right now. But it's so hard because it's like being a brand new teacher, because I've got notebooks full of stuff I've used, papers for 23 years. And do I scan all that stuff in and use that again? Or do I try some online stuff? So I've not used the stuff out of my notebook. I'm trying to find some online platforms that things are already kind of built and there's already videos made, and then we can supplement stuff in class. But you don't know how long things are going to take when you try them in class because it's virtual and everything's brand new. Everything's brand new. And an AP course is really tough. Advanced placement is basically a college level course, and there's a big AP test at the end. So those courses are very rigorous. So I got to make sure I'm doing a good job on that.
Yeah, but okay. So this is a question I couldn't ask two other teachers when I had them on before, but you're the first I've gotten on during the school year. Don't you miss that interaction face-to-face with your students? Do you feel like they're losing something with virtual learning as opposed to they're there in your classroom and they have that really back and forth?
Sure, you're missing that. We can do some group work because we have breakout rooms and Zoom. And I use Zoom I can put them in smaller groups, and that's when you see the interaction. My kids, when I put them in a breakout group, I can go pop into each one and I see them working. So that was the biggest piece to start with, is when I'm at school at this point in my career with the kind of students I have, it's not a whole lot of me talking at them. It's basically I'm giving them a packet, they're discovering stuff. I'm feeding off of that. When I see they're having trouble, I go up to the board or go over to the group and fix it. So it's a whole lot different. It's in a lot of ways, it can't be as rigorous as it's been. Right. Some students do fine, but some students need me to walk by their desk and tap on their desk and make sure they're paying attention. They need those small redirections, and you can't really give that on the virtual platform. If they're off in la la land, it's hard to get them back if they're not focused.
Well, see,
from one student to the next, some are fine and some really don't do well with this environment.
Yeah, I feel bad for like I call her the cuteness factor on my channel, Brianna's teacher. She just started kindergarten this year. And I'm like, how do you virtually teach kindergarten? You know, I'm like, it's so hard because like their first day it was, okay, here's a meeting. Their second day was, well, here's a health class for you. And the class was, well, if you find a backpack and you open the backpack up and find a firearm, don't touch it. And I'm just like, well, let's back this up a moment. I teach my kids, don't get in anybody else's stuff, but you're teaching kindergartners on day 2? I'm like,
Yeah, they're trying really hard to get the elementary schools back full time. I think that's what they're going to go with here starting in October, is to get them back 5 days a week. And the elementary or the middle school will go back like 2 days a week, and high school is going to stay virtual throughout the rest of the semester is what the plan is. And Eric, I see your question there. 4.0 is still the highest you can get. If you're on a 4.0 scale, you get all A's, you make a 4.0, but they have what's called a weighted GPA. And that for those, if you take an honors course and you get an A in it, you can get like 4.5 quality points that goes into the GPA. If you take an AP course and get an A, it can be 5 quality points. So it's basically, if you take more honors and AP courses, you get a weighted GPA. But it's still on the transcripts. It'll still give them the 4 unweighted GPA will be out of a 4.0.
Kevin Owens, how you doing, brother? We were just talking about you earlier, as a matter of fact. It's all good. Don't worry.
Talking about that beard trim we did together. That was fun times.
She was the valedictorian. See, out here in Washington State, they keep talking about, well, we're going to revisit in-person learning later down the road. And I'm like, well, why don't you just be honest? You're going to revisit it after the governor's election to see if it's feasible to bring them back. I'm like, they need to go back.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue is every model, which are just projections, but they all have the spike coming in the fall. So and we'll just have to see. I don't think you want to throw everybody back in and just for a couple of weeks later have to change right back.
Exactly.
I'd rather have to do the same thing for a longer period of time than do something for 2 weeks and then have to go back to this for a couple of weeks and then go do something else.
I agree. And I keep making this joke. I'm going to bill my school district for my alcohol consumption. It's a joke, guys. I'm not getting drunk. Don't worry. Because like now I'm a teacher and I'm everything else. And I'm helping the teachers get do everything. I'm like, not with 3 kids, 3 different things. No, you go there. You go there. No, you over here. But okay, now we're going to move on to something a little bit different.
Okay.
So with your content creation, I ask this of a lot of people. I know you're probably really, really critical of yourself, but I believe we all know what's our best thing we've done so far for content creating and our worst. What's yours?
Probably the Beard Advice series, the whole series where guys were able to send pictures in and I was able to make a video. And when I made those videos, I learned a lot because I first of all, for editing, I figured out how to do picture in picture and to mark up the picture to put where their cheek line should be and where the bottom lines are. And but also I was like learning stuff about beard styles, but also hairstyles. And I was telling a guy to get an undercut for his haircut and all that kind of stuff. So Scott keeps wanting me to bring that back. And I will at some point, but as soon as school calms down, I might go back to doing maybe one of those a month or something. Now that I've got some new editing software, I'm kind of interested to see what I could do with a Beard Advice thing. So that's probably the best thing I've done. What was the worst?
Yeah, what would you say? What would you say, looking back on your channel, was the worst one you went, I shouldn't have put it out, but I put it out, but it's like,
I'd have to go back and look through them at this point. I tried to do 1 minute video reviews. Those didn't go so well.
The speed round, nice.
I mean, speed round because I hate long videos, and I know people's attention span is not what it used to be in this digital age, and have everything quickly. So I really tried to be efficient. That was one of the things I wanted to be. I didn't want to waste people's time. I didn't want to give a big long spiel and say, okay, let's get into it. And 5 minutes later, you haven't gotten into anything yet. So I tried doing a 1 minute.
I am guilty of that. I am so guilty of that. Like when I did knife reviews and other stuff, it'd be like a 12-minute video. And at the 6-minute mark, you're finally seeing the blade. I'm guilty.
Yeah. So I tried to be efficient. So I thought I'll do this 1 minute thing. And if you do a 1 minute video, you could put it on Instagram or you could put it on YouTube. But anyway, that might be the worst thing I did.
Nice. I know for me with all this weird stuff going on, some videos are easier to film now, like, the life vlogs or beard product reviews, because I can go to what I call the alternate filming room, which is where we are right now. But like the knife reviews, I can't do them in here because it's a little easier to do them from behind the camera than right in front of them.
Right.
So having those days to film those now, yeah, that's gone. I got to schedule things a lot better like I used to and do like 20 of them on a Sunday, which really burns you out. But yeah, it just got to move with it,
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding time to create content. And then I hate I love editing the videos, but the uploading to YouTube and then making your thumbnail and doing the tags and putting it in the playlist and all of that stuff, and then posting it to Instagram and posting it to your stories and tagging people there. That's the part that I don't like. It takes a lot more time than a lot of people think to do it.
Right. Right. It takes almost 3 times as long to do the posting process as it does to do the filming.
Absolutely.
Oh. All right. Now here's a question I throw out to everyone, especially first time visitors on my channel.
Okay.
I seriously believe. Hold on. What is this silly question? No. How can I put it, Viking? I've got a huge head. All right.
They're on ear. They're not over ear anyway, right?
Yeah. They're like the on the ear, not in the ear stuff. And I keep the headset on because it helps eliminate some of the other white noise, and it helps me hear some things a little bit better because I have a stand-up air conditioner over there running. I got a fan somewhat back there. I've got a mic set up, so sometimes it gets a lot of feedback, but it gets eliminated with the headset. So hope that sums that up. Sorry. All right, like I was saying, so I honestly believe inside of all of us, the ones that want to get up, succeed, and win, and just kick life in the you-know-whats. There's something deep down inside us that when you are feeling beat down, drug out, just done, and you don't want to get out of bed, you've got that one thing inside you that goes, get up. What's that in Bryan?
Just probably my parents' influence, watching them get up every day and go to work. I mean, they never missed a day of work. So probably the way I was raised, number one. And then if I'm just having a bad day and feeling bad, music is what really inspires me and relieves my stress faster than anything.
Commendable. Yeah. I mean, it's really weird. And you can kind of see it like when I'm doing the step parent series, how much I'm trying to impart in my kids and go, here's better ways to do things. Here's this. And parents have this massive impact on your children that some days you don't even realize, and they pick up a lot. Like Caden loves to do this with me being ex-military. I've slipped back into older phrases. And he's like, well, Daddy, what's this? I'm like, it's above your pay grade. And he'll ask me something and he'll be like, Daddy, is it above my pay grade? I'm like, good boy.
Yeah, they pick up on a lot of things.
Yeah, or like the wild Nerf gun fights that we have around the house that are becoming kind of legendary in this apartment complex. Because we have wild ones. So you hearing Brianna going, I know, Daddy, 2 in the head, 1 in the chest. I'm like, baby, you're good. You're good. Just okay. So what got you started playing music? That's something I've always wanted to ask you.
I've always been musical. I think I started singing when I was 3. I would go to, and I grew up on like Southern gospel quartet kind of music. I don't know if you're familiar with any of that stuff. Yeah. So
I spent a lot of time down south. So yeah.
Okay. So you know about that. So I remember going to an auditorium and my dad I stood in the seat next to him and was just singing the same words at the same time, every song that the group on stage sung. So I remember getting a little toy saxophone when I was like 3 years old and could play Mary Had a Little Lamb in like 5 minutes. So I've always had that. I'm not a musical savant or anything like that, but I've always been musical. And I had a really good chorus teacher when I was in both eighth grade, and then she moved up and I took her again when I was a senior in high school. And that's what helped me start to learn how to read to sing music, sing to read the sheet music and stuff a little bit. And in high school is when I started playing the guitar and played that for a while. And then about 5 years later, I picked up bass. I played bass in church for years. And then a local guy who played the fiddle, was a very good professional fiddle player. Somehow he got me to play bass with him, and I got into bluegrass music and picked up the mandolin from there. And then the last thing I picked up was the banjo, and it stuck a little more than anything else. So it's a little jack of all trades. I'm a little dangerous on a lot of different things.
And guys, you should really check out his YouTube channel because he has uploaded videos of him singing, and he's done some George Strait, and I've been like, oh, sing it, Bryan, sing it. Because George is the king,
King George.
Okay.
I wish I had more time to play and sing right now, but June and July is when I play and sing the most, when I'm off for the summer.
Well, yeah, you got all that spare time. I mean, it's got to, how can I put this? It's got to be rough in certain ways being a teacher, because I know after a certain time, you have your lesson plans down, you have your regimen down for what you want to get through for your class. But I mean, there's got to be a point like when you're going home and you're like, what can we do better? How can we tweak this? How can we do that? Is that something that happens with you a lot, where you're constantly fiddling with things?
Good teachers always reflect on what they're doing, on what went well, and trying new things. It's just a constant learning new things, learning new technology. I have to be careful because you don't want to put too many new things in. I finally have, for certain courses, I kind of know exactly what I want to do. I found, discovery lessons and experiments and everything else that we know works well. So if I know it works well and I've had great success with it, I stick to it. The problem I've had over the past 10 years is, once we started talking about the Common Core, which, has got mixed reviews about it. I like it for the high school. By the time it gets to us, Common Core works very well because the kids have a deeper understanding. They can discover stuff. They can think deeper instead of doing 30 problems that all look alike. They can kind of mull it around a little bit more and have a discussion about it. But they started changing stuff. And part of it was been political. Is like every 2 years, it seems like they're changing the curriculum. So we go, oh, wait a minute, I think I've got this under control. No, we're going to change it. And you got to do all this. Or the next thing might be is, oh, you've got this course down fine. This next year, you're going to teach AP calculus. And you're like, I don't have, it's a lot of work when you do a brand new course.
You see, and that's really respectable because like I told you in the green room, with everything that has been going on with COVID and distance learning, at least in Washington State, I've gotten a rather interesting perspective on what you as a teacher go through. Just trying to keep my children focused, and they're my kids. I know what buttons to push on them and how to get them from point A to point B, but I'm like, how do you do this every year with brand new kids? I don't know, much respect. It's just like, for someone to willingly walk in there every day and do that.
Yeah, I feel like that's what, I've known since I was in 10th grade, I was going to be a teacher. I had a really good high school math teacher, and he said, you should be a teacher. And I was really good at math. I became a tutor and tutored a lot of 8th graders and 9th graders when I was in high school. I was fortunate to get a full scholarship. I was the first one in my family to go to college. It's all worked out very well.
Congrats.
I'm dedicated. Whatever I know, I set my mind to, whatever I think I'm going to do, I've stuck with it. Whether it's, being a teacher, being married, running on the treadmill. I checked my treadmill the other day. It's got 5,232 miles on it. So I'm pretty dedicated when it comes to things. I put out over 1,700 YouTube videos between both channels. So I stick to things pretty well, and that's personality. And some people they can't do that. That's not who they are. So I'm not saying there's anything good or bad about it either way, but that's just who I am.
So, or would that be called obsessive compulsive?
Mm-hmm. I would say obsessive, not necessarily compulsive part to that. So yes, definitely a little bit of a obsessive personality. I try, like I said, I try to use it for good.
Oh my God. Guys, I'm getting this vision of Bryan every so often turning around like, evil, $1 million.
Sounds like something I need to put in one of my videos. Let's see. I tried to help Sammy with math one time, and I don't know what kind of math that was. I didn't know. I couldn't help her. I felt so bad. It's like, wait a minute, I can't even help her out. Middle school student, but it was some off the wall kind of word problem scenario. You had to get out of this room and you had to do this problem, and I had no idea what it was.
Okay, see, it's New Jersey. It's like, so if Fat Tony borrows $10,000, what's the VIG at 5% over this time? You know, let's not forget mob inflation.
Joe could have done that one.
Yeah, he could have done that in his sleep. Joe's absolutely doing it right now. He's like, 1050, which point? Yeah, one longer. Yeah, okay. He's like, he absolutely did try.
Yeah, I worked hard on that problem.
I know I've asked this to Dancy, and I asked this of the mayor. Do you have like a story that stays with you from teaching, like something you sat and went, that was my turning moment, and I went, yes, I've got this?
No, I've had some pretty inspiring moments. I taught a student who was completely blind.
Told you. Yeah,
I know. I already saw that. I taught her in both geometry and algebra too. And think about this, you cannot see and you're doing geometry, which is all shapes.
Yeah,
you're trying to mash buttons on the calculator. I had up in my room at school, there's a poster, and it's a Braille, it's a Braille calculator. It looks like this, but it's got little rubber buttons all over the poster. Yeah. And she memorized every single button on the thing.
Wow.
So she would mash the buttons, and I just have to make sure to look at it. So, I mean, that's pretty inspiring to be able to do, for her to be able to do that in a regular kind of mainstream school.
We see, for me, it doesn't surprise me that you were able to get that done, because like I said earlier, it's God, you've got this quality about you. You know, like I think it was like Simpsons season 1 where they had the big thing with the lemon tree, and all the kids were like, oh my God, old person talking. They all sat around and just listened quietly. You have this calmness about you. It's like just talking to you, you're like, I feel the anger leaving. Woosah.
Everybody tells me I'm a calming influence. I have other teachers, my colleagues, they're all worked up. They come see me, they come talk to me, and I just sit there and listen. But everything's like right here.
Yeah, bro, and that's what I'm saying. Your personality translates so well into your videos, where you just start talking, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so sucked in. I want to watch the next one. What's the next one? Give me the next one. And no, guys, he's not paying me to say this. These are my actual words, okay?
I know I'm an acquired taste. So I'm not for everybody, because I'm not out there enough. But I enjoy what I do, and I have a pretty good following now, and I feel like a lot of guys respect what I do, and what more can you ask for?
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that.
I mean, like with the fall extravaganza the last 2 years that you guys have done, I love how you've got everybody else who's like the show, and then it's like, here I am with all the stats, guys. So you want to talk bonuses, you want to talk everything, you come to Bryan,
Yeah, and I offered to host this year because I was like, okay, I'm going to get their websites. I'm going to have everything ready to rock and roll and just roll through this thing. So I thought it turned out really well. I had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody seemed to enjoy it.
I ain't complaining. I got damn Yankees victory on that one, and I've got, the pumpkin spice latte on the way. You guys said it was awesome. I'm like, bring it. Come on, Pete, bring it.
Nice. Yeah, I love Pete. Pete's very creative. He's a fellow musician. So he's always thinking creatively and coming up with crazy things.
See, I've noticed that with you guys. Anybody that I've had on the show that has any kind of musical quality about them, like either played in a band, played an instrument, sings, just get heavily into it. All of you look at the world a different way. And it's rather unique to see that creative spark in you and what you bring to the table.
And there's two kinds of creative with musicians, I've noticed. Like some are like I'm a math person. So you think I wouldn't be as creative. I would be like regimen and this and this and this, but I'm pretty free when it comes to creative, and especially on the banjo, you just kind of improvise stuff, right? You just throw, this lick and you can put it in all these other places. And then you get some that are like totally free spirits, and they're like not math people, and they're more like the English creative side about writing and that kind of thing. Yeah. And I couldn't write my way out of a paper bag. So, I mean, I couldn't. I can sing a song. I can play a song. I cannot write one for anything. It would sound awful.
You never know till you try.
I've tried. It's bad. It's bad.
Sorry. That look in his face. He's like, no. Move on. Next topic. Nope, we're done.
We got a super chat. Hey, Joey Hookham.
Well, that's hasn't popped on my screen yet. That's why I love StreamYard.
It doesn't pop up on StreamYard. I've got it pulled up on my iPad here. So you gave a $5 super chat. There it goes.
Oh, there it is. I just saw it pop up. Joey, thank you, brother. Much appreciated, man. And your donation is going to be going right towards StopSoldierSuicide.org. Pretty soon I got to put up a photo because I got my AdSense payment today, and I donated this month's payment of $155 to StopSoldierSuicide.org, as I promised I would, guys.
Nice. Yeah. I remember when I got $150 from my AdSense, and then I got demonetized.
Yeah, see, I remember back when I could be monetized with 10,000 views. So I was at 50 subscribers, and I remember being so proud when I saw that estimated earning 1 penny. I'm like, money! It's a penny, but I'm making money.
And then you realized, okay, I got to get $100 before they pay out. You're just like waiting months and months and months to get that first payout.
Yeah, but it was that moment of, oh my God, did that really happen? What? Wow. And then, well, the Paul brothers pulled their crap, and now we have that, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours. Got to wait to get approved, and yeah. But anyhow.
Yeah, the fall extravaganza helped my watch time. I got to get that up before I hit the 1,000 subscribers.
That watch time will come. It's really weird.
Live streams help a ton, I've noticed.
They do, and I've said this to a lot of people, and this is my experience. It took forever to get to 100. It took a while to get to 500. 1,000 for me seemed to come pretty quick, but when I got there, my channel just exploded. And they're like, okay, well, you've got 1,000, so obviously you know what you're doing, and I don't know why that 1K is that mark where people go, you know what you're doing.
I think it's the YouTube algorithm. They start suggesting you more, and that's where it grows. The growth I've had over the past 3 months is because of the mask series that I did. The Beards Banjo mask. I mean, it was a good series. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think it was helpful for people, but that's what I get the most views on and the most subscribers off of that series.
It's amazing where they roll in. I remember back when I was just doing knife reviews, and that's where I cut my teeth, was just all blades. And I'm like, I'm running out of money. I got to keep this channel going. What am I going to do? And that's where I got book reviews, step parent stuff, that's when I brought beard products to the channel. I'm like, I've got all these things sitting over here. I got to bring them. And it's weird how you can keep your channel going on a great budget and get views and subscribers from weird areas.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you were able to do that, having so many different things on your channel that's not related necessarily, because YouTube doesn't usually like that because they don't know how to suggest. Yeah. I was having trouble on my music channel because when I first started doing beard content, I didn't have a second channel. I just put it on my music channel, and I was getting all kinds of crazy comments like, what is this? What are you doing? Where's the music? That kind of thing. So after I put out about a dozen to 20 videos, I realized, okay, I need to create a whole separate channel. I didn't want to do it because you have to switch back and forth all the time and that kind of thing. So now I don't really even post any music over there because I don't have time for one, and I'm still creating content over here. I got demonetized over there, but it's still there for people to enjoy. I still have millions and millions of views over there, which is crazy. And my wife made a video of Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey, just made a video of silhouettes and just the lyrics.
Yeah.
Back when people were just starting to make the lyrics like that. And you type in Chris Stapleton, her video comes up that she made. It's the last check had like 14 or 15 million views. It's crazy.
No jealousy there, right? None.
Well, it's on my channel. It's got my name on it.
Oh, look at him. My channel, my name.
My name on it. That's the other thing about music is you can't really make any money off a music channel because everything's copyrighted. So
right.
Sometimes they'll split with you, but a lot of times it's just okay. They're going to show ads on your video and they're going to get all the money. But that's not why I did it to start with. I wanted to share the music. A lot of the videos I put up are audio from like live sets from bluegrass festivals.
Yeah.
And they were in these big, long hour-and-a-half videos on what was it, Sugar Megs or something like that. It wasn't on YouTube anywhere. So all the music stuff's going through Facebook now. That was the other thing about the beard communities. The beard's all on Instagram. Music stuff's mostly on Facebook. So I was cutting them up and posting individual songs so people could share them on Facebook and kind of watch them. They could pick and choose which song they wanted to listen to instead of the whole 2-hour set in one big thing. So that's where I did most of my work there and posting videos, and people still enjoy it. So, hey, Dan.
Yeah, speaking of weird ones, that one's coming to the channel very soon. 3.4 ounces of beard oil for $5 on Amazon.
What's the ingredients? Do I want to know?
Where are you? Oh, man, they put a lot of scientific crap.
We can't be reading that. We're not scientists.
No, I hate when I got to Google that, because it's like, if it's just sunflower oil, just put sunflower oil, and that seems to be the first ingredient. And of course, with the glare. So let's see what we got here. Sunflower oil, castor oil, sweet almond oil, hemp oil, shea butter, caffeine. That'll be interesting. Tea tree oil.
Chris, you don't need caffeine.
Right. What do we got here? Avocado oil.
Yeah, can too. That's a pretty famous company, right? In the ethnic hair care.
Never heard of them. I just saw 3 ounces, $5. How bad could it be? What do we got here? Olive oil, fragrance.
Pretty sure you can see it, and then they've got like all the different kind of butters and that kind of stuff for your hair.
Surprisingly, it doesn't smell as bad as you might think it would.
That's not that bad.
For $5 for 3 ounces, I had to try it out. Just like the other weird one. Just for men. Best beard oil ever. What could go wrong, right?
Well, it doesn't cover up your gray, obviously.
Yeah, thanks.
I can't talk. I've got the ultimate skunk stripe.
Yeah, I was going to say there, Pepe Le Pew. You want to keep playing that game with me, huh?
Me and Swag have skunk stripes. His is kind of offset though, which is kind of funny. I thought about dyeing it one time just because, but nobody sells dye this color, reddish, brownish, whatever.
I thought about dyeing my beard for my last guest, Wolfie Weirdbeard, because he has that electric blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to dye my beard that color, but I couldn't find it locally. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just stick with the really bad gray on one side and some other crap everywhere else.
Tiki, I can handle that math. I can handle that. I got my calculator right here. Don't leave home without it, boys.
See, there's the difference. He's a math teacher, and he goes, I don't leave home without a calculator. I'm a hairy-handed ogre, and I go, never leave home without a blade.
Well, we all have calculators. They're on our phones now.
Yeah, right. Do you remember that from a kid where your math teacher's going, you need to learn how to do this because you're not going to have a calculator on you all the time? You know how bad I want to send my old math teacher a photo of my iPhone and go, game, set, match. Calculator on you all the time. All right, so let's move on to something else, see how we're coming up to the hour mark, and there's a couple other areas I kind of wanted to cover with you.
Sure.
Now, I know I've been doing a lot about like men's mental health, especially on my channel for this month. A huge inspiration for that was what I call him, the other Gary from LaFleur and Beard Company. How can I put this? I know you're pretty even keeled and everything else, but there has to be times where you're just like, I can't. I'm breaking down. How do you bring yourself back from that? I mean, do you have any Bryan tips and tricks and helps to help center yourself that you use, or? And please don't tell me you go out in the neighborhood and kick puppy dogs, because that would just crush my image.
No, but I do love on my dog when that happens. If I'm at home, I mean, really, that does help calm me down. I use her as a therapy dog. I need my therapy dog. Let me rub my dog.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I try to talk it out, with my wife, Bent, or if it's a teacher, something dealing with my job, I'll talk to one of my best friends that I've taught with for 20 something years. Just get it out and deal with it, process it out loud, and try to go on. But it's been tough. I mean, I think we've all had times since March where you're like I've been in the house all week. I've left the house I realized I haven't cranked my car all week, which is crazy. So it's going to be the first year since I've been married that I'm going to put less than 10,000 miles on my car for the whole year.
Right. Like until COVID, I never knew I had dress pajama bottoms, never knew that.
Yeah. Don't stand up. We don't need to see that. No,
I'm wearing shorts tonight, so you're fine.
Nice.
I'm not Barbados Joe who likes getting up in his boxers and scaring half the chat room. So he did that one night, and I'm like, I didn't want to drink, Joe, but thank you. Thank you for killing that. So I think it's cool. I think maybe it's that teacher mentality or the math mentality, how like you process it out. Because I know a lot of people like with rage screaming or video games. I freely admit I've done that a lot before, where I put in a game like Call of Duty and just go on a kill spree and go, thanks for putting your head up, but that's just me. Different lives, different lifestyles, different choices.
Yeah, mine's music and my dog and processing it out loud. That usually helps. Sometimes not. Sometimes it takes a couple days to work it out.
That just doesn't surprise me. And I can see why you and, Beard Practitioner are pretty good friends, because you both have that same just, wow, both you guys are just on that even keel. I swear to God, if you got any more laid back, you'd be in a coma. But that's just me.
And I can't figure out how I can be an effective math teacher, because, this is me. This is me. But anyway, It works. I get them on my side somehow. They figure out that I know what I'm doing, and I'm there because I want to be. And I care about them, and it just works.
Okay, but let's get honest for a moment. How many rage-inspired math incidents have there been on the planet?
Still, you have to get them to buy in. I don't care how good or bad a student they are. You got to get them to buy in to what you're selling. If not, it's just not a good experience.
Okay, but you teaching like at a higher level, right? So they're there for a reason. They want that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit, I'm horrible with math. I always have been. I'm probably always going to be. That's not been my huge strong suit. But I can just... You're that kind of teacher I think I should have had in high school there somewhere, just to maybe turn those grades around, because it'd be like, come on, Chris, you can do this.
Yeah, you need a common influence there, Chris.
I've got it somewhere in this house, I think. I'll find it sooner or later.
At 5 a.m., that's when you're calming at your house.
Surprisingly, yeah. I usually get up about 3:30 in the morning my time. And I've got from 3:30 till about 5:30, that's just me time, where I can just sit downstairs in my chair, have peace and quiet, and be like, oh, the monsters are asleep. It's got a good possibility for the day. Oh, this is going to be a good one. You start to watch the sun come up, and then you hear the thundering herd of my children coming down the stairs, and you're like, yeah, there went that. Then we get into the fights of, why does his Pop-Tart have more frosting? Why does she have more cereal than I do? Honey, I don't know. You poured your own. Pour a little more next time. Why does he have the blue spoon? Why can't I have the pink spoon? I don't know. Kick his butt. No, sweetheart, not in the head. Just come back here,
Yeah, I don't have any kids. That's why I'm so calm.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. No kids. Oh. Guys who are watching this, don't get me wrong. I love my kids, but there's days I just... Come here.
Yeah, I figured I've taught over 2,000 kids. So I see what they turn into when they become teenagers.
So hold on. If I heard that right, being a teacher is the most effective birth control on the planet.
It is for some people. It wasn't for me. We never felt strongly that we wanted to have kids, so we didn't.
It's respectable. wanted them forever and a day, and I finally got one of my own 5 years ago. So, well, biologically one of my own. I got the other two when I got into this relationship, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. Well, lately, but okay.
You just need to rent them out for a while. Don't trade them.
See, that's why I hate COVID. I can't even give them to other people for a little bit, especially up here in Washington State. Are you related to this person? No. Are you friends with them? No. Well, but now we got to fine you for being outside.
What?
Our governor is just, nope, sorry. Where he let people out of jail because of COVID and is threatening to put people in jail if you don't wear a mask because of COVID. Yeah. And Rohan, yeah, Bam does an incredible job. He really, really, truly does. And Krampus is a great scent. I think it's the very first one that I tried from Bam's. So congrats, man. I'm glad you're liking that.
Nice. Giveaways are a good way to find some new company.
What, sweetheart?
Love you. I'm getting ready to get to work.
All right, love you. See you tomorrow. Yeah, that's part of the fun. She has, she drives for LabCorp, so she's a courier.
Mm-hmm.
But she's afloat, so if someone calls in sick or quits, now she covers that route. So for a little while now, she's working 6 at night to 2, 3 in the morning.
Ugh.
Yes.
That's not a good shift.
For her, it kind of is because she's a night person. So that's right in her wheelhouse where she's really, really happy.
And not as much traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Especially up here with all the woosah. All right. We're in Washington. Summer Chef, if you go about 45 minutes north of Seattle, that's me. In what they call beautiful Skagit County, but yeah. Where I'm situated is if I spit right and the wind hits it, I'm in Canada.
Wow. So, you're way up there.
Yeah, I'm like right by the border. We've got an outlet mall, and then 20 miles away is Canada. So when the borders were open, we saw a lot of Canadian license plates down here.
Not anymore. They got everything shut down.
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on the person, Johnny. I mean, like when I worked for Kroger in their call center, I didn't mind doing 410s when I started at like 8 o'clock at night. It wasn't bad. No, it's going to be 10 at night, something. I don't know, some weird shift, but it was good. All right, Brian. We're going to play a little question and answer time with you, the rapid fire.
Okay. I don't know how rapid I'll be, but I'll do my best.
Well, these are real simple questions. Very, very simple. Nothing you need your calculator or Einstein math for, okay?
I've got it right here, so I'm ready.
Well, you're a teacher, yeah. All right. So, chicken or fish?
Yes.
I like both. Big one. Okay. If you had to go with one over the other, what would it be?
Chicken, because it's got more. I think it's a little bit more versatile and goes into more things.
Okay. Burgers or tacos?
Burgers.
You know those really, really cool deli sandwiches you can get? Those or pizza?
I love pizza, but I probably eat more sandwiches. So we'll go with sandwich.
Nice. This one's going to be interesting. These next two. Perfect person to ask this of. Favorite music genre?
Country. 90s country.
He's like, country? You dumbass. But don't you know that? And he would never say those words, guys. I put that in his mouth.
Well, it depends. I mean, at one point it was like Southern gospel. At one point it was bluegrass. But overall, I would take the country right now. So,
okay. If you could put one song on repeat, what is your favorite song that you would go to?
Oh, my goodness. I don't think I can pick a song, man. I can't do it.
There's not that one that just you hear it and that's that one?
No.
Okay.
There's not one.
Respectable. Especially for a music lover like yourself. Very respectable. So, favorite movie?
I was trying to think which ones I've watched the most, and I probably watched Apollo 13 the most. So
that is a good one.
I'm going to go with that one.
That is a good one, considering In our cell phones now, we have more technology than when they went to the moon. That's just really freaky.
Yeah.
Okay, so baseball or hockey?
Baseball.
Football or basketball?
That's tough. I like both. I would pick oh boy, I'll go with basketball.
Okay. Now, this one question is going to drive everyone insane. It always has ever since I asked. If you can only be stuck with one men's grooming company for the rest of your life, what is it?
I'm going with Iowa Beard Company.
Nice. Favorite ice cream?
Praline pecan.
Interesting. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas? I like how you answered that.
It's got the baby Jesus. I mean, come on.
There you go. Are you a balm or butter kind of guy?
That's a good question. Butter now. I used to be balm, and now I don't wear any more balm. Never thought I would say that, but I got a video coming up about that. It's all due to COVID. It's all due to COVID.
Nice. All right. Speaking of COVID, has COVID changed your beard washing schedule?
Beard washing schedule? No. It's changed some of my routines. Like,
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I used to take the shower in the morning and I'd be out the door 10 minutes later. So my beard would be all wet and I'm trying to put oil in my beard, and then I couldn't use thick oils because it wouldn't go in. Right. So I would just do the best I could and run out the door, and I would put balm on, trying to get the calm down.
Yeah.
But it was wet. It was all curled up and it wouldn't relax. Now I get to stay at home, so I get to take a shower. I get to wait an hour. When my beard's dry, put in oil. It does really good. Beard's soft. I can use thick oil. It goes right in.
Nice.
A couple hours later, I put in some butter. Going about my day.
Nice.
Totally different than what it used to be.
Okay, so now we're on the two most burning questions in the beard community.
Okay.
How do you like your steak prepared?
I'm a medium.
And does pineapple belong on pizza?
Does it belong on pizza? Sure. I would never order it on pizza, but if you put it in front of me, I would eat it.
Somewhere out there, Joe is screaming at the top of his lungs. I love it.
I'm a pepperoni mushroom. That's my pizza orders, pepperoni mushroom.
See, for me, it's meat, more meat. Then you can throw cheese, then more meat. So, yeah.
Jeremy, I see a question about Iowa's new tobacco scent. It's still working on prototypes, as far as I know. Just
right there. Okay.
Send it out to me next time he sends me some stuff to try. He said he's tried 2 or 3 different versions trying to get it right. So I'm interested in that. Got a new tobacco oil, fragrance oil to use.
Yep. I just got in the other day, the headmaster from Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't tried it yet, but smells incredible.
Nice.
And today, I know, big shot, guys. I got something from Chesapeake. Scarecrow Reborn showed up.
Nice.
Oh, they both smell just absolutely amazing. All right, knock it off. There we go. Oh, I touched my laptop the wrong way. It's trying to pull up 8 comments at once.
Uh-oh. Johnny, I think I've tried it. I think I've had pineapple and the ham, Canadian bacon, whatever it is. I mean, it was okay.
Yeah, I don't know how ham is called bacon in Canada, but unless it's just one of those U.S. bastardization of stuff, you know? Okay, so now I've got a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while.
Okay.
I know there tends to be a lot of drama in the beard community over really, really silly things. You've always stayed out of it. What is your trick?
Stay out of it.
You've never wanted to open your mouth and go, guys, knock it off. Stop being stupid. Stop doing this.
It's just not my personality to try to police other adults. I mean, I try to set an example by the way I do things, but if I have some friends that I know, like Mo or somebody like that, we can talk about things. I don't know. It's just I don't feel it's me. It's not my personality. I don't have any problem with anybody else doing what they do, but that's just not who I am. I try to avoid it. I try to avoid drama. I hate conflict. So that's probably the biggest reason I don't get it.
And that reminds me, I'm glad you said that. I owe you an apology. I really do. And I just remembered why. I remember a while ago when I think you were on a live feed with Scott, and you had made mention about if there was drama or there was conflict like right in front of you, you'd probably curl up in a ball and cry. This is why I owe you an apology. Before I really got to know you, my first words out of my mouth were, "What a pussy." But now that I've gotten to know you, sir, I'm sorry for saying that. I really am. Who you are, I really respect that.
That's 100% me. I mean, I've had parents who just yell at me for, say some derogatory things, and I can't handle it. That's just not my personality. We all deal with things the way we know how.
Well, I agree, but I feel bad for that because I've gotten to know you a lot more. And, it's always, well, now that he said it, I got to bring this up,
You didn't have to bring it up. I didn't even know. So,
well, it's like I tell my kids, honor and integrity.
I can respect that.
Got to set that example, Now, other thing I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to brand new content creators? And this is why I'm bringing this up. There's something going on in the beard community that I love. You've got so many people who have channels and are watching channels and, hey, I like what this guy's doing. Go subscribe. So you have guys who have 4 videos and like 300 subscribers all of a sudden. What advice would you give to brand new content creators just putting out their stuff?
I don't know if I have any special advice that other people just don't say all the time. And I don't want to say it just to be cliche. You could say the things about be consistent, put out content, try to be different, but I don't know. Nothing's really ringing true that's any different than the run-of-the-mill things. I would say maybe do it because you enjoy it, right? Do it because you enjoy it. Think about your purpose. Why are you making the video?
Yep.
Why are you making the video? Is it to help somebody? Is it because you enjoy the process? It helps you verbalize things. You like getting in front of the camera. You want to try something different. I would just challenge you to make sure you think about what you're doing and why you're doing it.
I agree. And hey, Jeremy, don't give away all my secrets at once, okay? Just don't. Shh. Don't let that out there too much. Yeah, thank you, Johnny. That's the other thing I was thinking. He teaches math. If they got it wrong, it's math,
Yeah. Let's just say I've had a parent that, argued up, just cussed me up and down, and I really didn't do anything wrong. It was like one of my first years teaching, I just went in my principal's office and told her, and I just cried, and she just called that parent and just told them completely off.
See, and that's what kills me. Like when I was growing up, if there was a problem at school, like if I was doing things wrong, I got yelled at by my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Correct your attitude. Do this better. Do this. Nowadays, it's how dare you let my child do this? How dare you do what?
Yeah, a lot of things have changed over the past 30 years.
Yeah, I know. I've got gray, and I know you know my age. So which is why I feel bad going into my kids' schools nowadays. I'm like, I just don't belong here because when I'm seeing like we're a tolerant school, we're an inclusive school, we respect this, we respect that, and I'm like, can I go now, please? Because like my head's gonna blow.
Yeah, well, that's the the society has changed. That's not just school, right? That's television.
I agree.
And, what's accepted as normal and accepted behaviors has totally changed. And you see it in every place. But yeah, so if you go into school and you haven't been into a school in the past 10 years, then you start to see a difference.
I hate going into school. I make my better half do it. Because like I usually go in for a parent teacher conference. I'm like, all right, what do you do and how much is it going to cost me? Is he passing? Great. I'm done. See ya. or the ever popular, and I'll relate this to you because you're a teacher and you might get a kick out of this. My son is very, very good at turn-based games. You know, it's like you make your moves, the other player goes, you make your moves, the other player goes. Well, AMC came out with their Walking Dead video game a couple years ago. And it's your survivors out there with different skills, different weapons. And he's really good about, hey, go here, do this, use this for that. Well, he was on the playground, and he's talking out loud, going, well, I'd use a machine gun over here. I'd stab this with that. I'd hit this with a baseball bat. Yeah, so needless to say, we got called into the school to have a little talk about my son. It wasn't just me and my better half and like a teacher. It was me, my better half, the resource officer, police officers. You know, they thought they had the next Columbine on their hands. I'm like, can I like take my iPad out and show you something? This is what he's talking about.
You need to wait till they get in high school, and then they won't call you in for any of that stuff.
Yeah, I have had some very interesting adventures, as some of you saw by the video I uploaded today, and it is nothing against teachers. I feel so bad for them because at least in Washington State, I don't know where it is where you are, Brian, anything that teacher can see through that camera is considered school grounds.
See, we haven't been told anything like that.
I had to sign paperwork that gives them permission to record students in action.
They all use like the virtual background picture, so it's like a green screen behind the kids, so you can't see anything in your house.
Oh, I've thought about that. Trust me. I've got a couple green screens. I've thought about roping my kids off in an area and be like, you're done. Don't move out of this zone right here. This is your school zone.
Well, but I don't know what platform they use, but Zoom has like a virtual background, so it just shows a random picture behind you. You can't see anything in their house.
Yeah, we're using Zoom out here.
Yeah, so yeah, enable the virtual background, and he can have whatever picture he wants in the background.
But like I said in my video today, I have to watch myself because when I play video games, certain colorful words come out, and when I have 3 hot mics going at once, that's 3 potential problem areas. All right, guys, we're going to do something I usually do because I hear my kids loading up Nerf guns downstairs, so Daddy's got to go quell a rebellion. You think I'm kidding?
No, they're going to ambush you when you walk out the door.
That's what they think. I've got an automatic one sitting right over there.
Yeah.
I up the arms race in this house. Guys, if you have any questions for Brian, I'd like you to throw them out there because he has been so generous with his time. And I know it's, 9:07 where you're at, something like that?
Wow, we made it through a whole hour and kept it rolling. The train didn't go off the track or anything.
I told you I'd get you through this.
I knew we'd be fine.
Yeah. Trust me, this has been my honor to have you here.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old when it comes to the beard game, I guess. I started, I think, April of 2018 is when I made my first video on my music channel. So it's been a while.
I have no idea my first one on my channel. All I know, it's a company I think that got sold and is out of business now, which kind of upset me because they were kind of cool. Whiskey, Ink, and Lace. They were pretty cool. They're out of Nashville. They had really good product. All right, so I'm not seeing anything rolling in StreamYard. So, guys, I'm going to wrap it up like this because, like I said, I hear them loading. They think they're being sneaky, and they're not. They're just not. Brian, thank you so much for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I said, I knew I'd get you through this. We had a lot of fun. I got a whole bunch of stuff out there, and hopefully we got to know him just a little bit better other than the dude telling Scott, no, don't stab yourself with that. No, do this, do that.
Don't use a straight razor. Every time he uses a straight razor, he puts in a new blade. It's like, don't put the new blade in right when you're on camera because I know he's going to cut himself.
Then he had to go see Mandy afterwards, and that was the one I was worried about. What would Mandy say? But, she loved it.
She loved it, so that was good.
Yep, see, there you go. Miss your videos, Brian. Keep it up.
I will do it. As best I can.
Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap it up there, like I say in everyone, and you're going to see me tomorrow on Instagram. I'm going to close this out just like this. If you're thinking of hurting yourself or taking your own life, don't do it. Reach out. There's lots of people there who will talk to you. I've got my information all over social media and all over my videos. Just look for it. It'll be right there. I'll talk to you. I may not understand everything going on. I may not be able to cure it, but our burdens get easier when we share them. Tomorrow, I'm releasing my everyday carry video for the month. After that, I'm probably going to get some more whiskey and hardtack up just to keep Holly laughing and see if I can't get more thumbs down on that video.
Oh, we didn't talk about my whiskey and hardtack blog.
Oh, totally forgot about that.
Yeah, y'all check out the monthly blog on whiskey and hardtack. I was the featured blog person for the month. I wrote a blog entry about trimming your beard. So I was a neat experience. I've never written anything like that before, so that was fun.
See, and that's perfect because I'm about to ask, what do you got coming up, Bryan? And you just got that. That's perfect.
Got that.
So at least we got it.
Yeah, we're working on learning how to use my Final Cut Pro to edit my videos. I've done a little upgrading on the channel. And then I've got my beard butter review showdown coming. I've got the 12th butter is on its way. And I'm going to 12 unscented butters from 12 companies. We're going to compare them all over a big series of videos. So I got that coming.
I did that with Fruit Loops beard oil.
I remember you saying that. I've got reviews for Sphinx coming. I got reviews for Artist Band coming. I got some vlog entries, videos coming. So whatever else I can throw in. I do have my series, the Grumpy Bearded Men series with Andy, just Andy.
That is kind of cool. That is kind of cool.
He's kind of deep. He knows a lot of stuff. Andy's a great guy to talk to about products and what's good for your beard and that kind of thing. That's fun.
Alrighty, guys. So on that note, I say this in every single video I do. I hope you're having a safe day. I hope you're having an incredible day, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys.